Man, look at this go-go gas. What a fucking pleb. He's gonna make us lose.
Ah, what kind of tank is that anyway?
Okay, guys, just we need.
Today, I fucked up. It's our second round against AGN1, and they are fielding a statistically superior team, who, unlike our team, have actually practiced prior to this event and played together a lot more regularly than our team has, and of particular value have undoubtedly played on the Ghost Town map before, whereas, as noted in the previous video, I have not. As a consequence of which, you are about to witness me lose this game for my team. It also doesn't help that in this match the enemy team doesn't handily sacrifice one of their tanks to gravity. Right, now, planning a defense is a bitch at the best of times. You're surrendering the initiative to the enemy team and somewhat reacting to what they do. I mean, you can go hammer and tongs to attack them, but you're not going to know where they are quite so much, and you have to remain flexible enough to defend both caps, because if you go all out to defend one, it's quite easy for the enemy to sneak a scout in and completely cock things up for you. Now, I've already thrown the game. I don't know the lay of the land, I don't know the meta of the attacks, I don't know where the defense is normally staged, I don't know the capabilities of our tanks on this map. And this right here, this position that we're taking up to defend the number 2 cap, this section of raised ground here has split our force and is our ultimate undoing right now, this early in the game. The IS-7s can't follow me without sacrificing pretty much all of their health, exposing their vulnerable side armor to 3 or 4 enemy tanks, effectively in a shooting gallery, and you can guarantee the enemy has spotted this fact. They'll have seen me pushing forward and the 2 IS-7s stuck behind, and they will know that we need to have tanks stationed in position to protect the 1 cap if the enemy tries to force it, so they know those 2 southernmost IS-7s are isolated and can send an attack force around to take care of them, effectively closing a pincer on them and fighting them on 2 fronts. In the meantime, I've managed to split my autoloader force. I can't recall if I suggested it or if Paul volunteered to flick south, while Mr. Barker and his AMX 50B and Doc and his Centurion flicked east, but I've basically written off Paul's bat chat as a loss right there. On its own, unless it encounters a single isolated enemy, that bat chat is going to take unacceptable losses in dealing any worthwhile damage. And as you've just witnessed, he was taken out in seconds. Now, Doc and Barker flicked further east with the Centurion and the 50B. Unsure of the land themselves, I'm suspecting, are not in a position to be dealing damage while the enemy suddenly surges forward to take care of the isolated heavies down here on Cap 2. Through my own ignorance, I have blundered our team into a trap. I have completely neutered our DPM squad, and isolated them further afield so that they couldn't really take part in the fight as it is. And I really did not make use of the far more expendable vision and intel gathering abilities of our scout. Hindsight being 2020, I am a brilliant tactician when it comes to analysing what I did wrong after the fact, not quite so useful leading into the match. If I could have a do-over, I would have had the heavy tanks push along the C line before swinging south to cap number 2, and I would have kept the autoloaders a lot closer and kept them together so that they could ambush and deliver that burst damage together. I probably would have tried to use our scout to push southeast and bait the enemy into following him, and if I could get the enemy to split their force a little bit to try and find favourable positioning on me, I would then push out in that direction with the heavy tanks and use the autoloaders to pounce on them and deliver all of the burst damage. This, of course, is all conjecture. I still don't know Ghost Town for shit. But one thing's for certain, I could hardly do worse.